Galleus got buffed some time ago, but is he actually worth building now? Let's test him on Arena and Hydra. Hello, I'm Sola and today I will show you my Galleus build, which you can use on Arena and also in PvE content. Can he do damage on Hydra? I will show you later in the video. Stay tuned. Before we dive in, hit the like button, subscribe, so you will not miss any future videos. So first of all, let's review the skills. They updated them quite interestingly. So yeah, he's more useful now. His first form is defense based. So A1 attacks one enemy, plays decreased speed for 2 turns with 30% chance. When not attacking, the damage inflicted by the skill is based on the champion's defense and the enemy max HP. So this is mostly PvE skill when you place counterattack on yourself and counterattack bosses with max HP. Attacks all enemies, place provoke debuff for 1 turn. If the target is a boss, place provoke for 2 turns. Also place unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn and counterattack buff on them for 2 turns. So this one is pretty useful on Hydra because of the 2-turn provoke. Also it can be used in the arena to provoke enemy team, but be aware of the polymorphs out there. Fully restores all allies destroyed max HP. Also place revive on death buff and 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, then grants an extra turn. So this one, first part is of course for the Hydra or any other bosses which destroy your HP. Second part with increased defense, it's again, you can use it to enable defense damaging champions like Harima on Hydra, or you can buff yourself. Now with extra turn you can buff yourself, turn to the second form and then do increased damage. And revive on death is always useful for both PvE and PvP content. Metamorph, yeah, nothing interesting here. He just changed the form without any conditions. Passive reflects 50% of the damage this champion receives back to the attacker. If the attacker is a boss, reflects 100% of the damage this champion receives. Also heals the champion by 50% of the damage received. So passive is pretty weak. It doesn't do enough damage in PvE. It will not help you to survive in arena. So maybe if it's like some squishy damage dealer, you will kill them back with like return damage. But in most of the cases, the passive is just irrelevant. It's like you don't consider it's actually being there. So yeah, and don't rely on it. Our increase ally defense in all battles by 35%. So pretty useful, good defense in all battles. So let's check his second form. So he's again defense, but in this form he's like a damage dealer. A1 attacks one enemy, place an extra hit on all enemies under decreased defense buff. So it can be one enemy or all enemies because we can apply decreased defense by ourselves. And yeah, it's damage like ramps from the defense, and I think in the first form also. Yeah, from the defense, so it's clearly that we need to maximize our defense for additional damage, apart from, I mean, crit rate and crit damage. So A2, attacks all enemies before attacking, place 60% defense buff for 2 turns. This effect cannot be resisted. Damage increased by 10% for each enemy under decreased defense debuff. Also steals 20% of turn meter from each enemy. So like first part, it's nice that it cannot be resisted, decreased defense, but if you want to second part to work, you need to build some accuracy on him to steal the turn meter. And yeah, so the damage increased because of decreased defense, and decreased defense cannot be resisted, so pretty good damage ramp, and applying the decreased defense on them. And also is synergized with our A1, which is also hitting additional enemies because of decreased defense. A3, attacks all enemies, will ignore 20% of each target defense if they have no buffs. Ignores block damage buffs. Damage increased by 50% for each buff on each target. Decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns. So again, if you want to decrease duration of enemy buffs, we want to have accuracy on him. This one is also good ramp for additional damage, and ignore block damage is really good right now to deal with such guys as Siegfried or Nais, or like the recent addition, Bane of My Existence. Where is she? She's in Cillian Watchers. Yeah, this. I'm here. I don't know. So she starts with block damage, and if you build her with 9-piece protection, the block damage is protected, and it's so much pain to deal with her. So that's why I rebuilt my Galleus to these cases to take him against these 9 enemies. Again, Metamorph, nothing interesting here, just change the form without conditions. Passive, immune to all hard crown control, including ship. So it's really good against current meta because we have a lot of the control. Yeah, I mean, it will not help you against like direct damage, but at least they will not control you. They also can steal turn meter from you, but they cannot directly control you. Also randomly resets the cooldown of one of the skills champion when they kill enemy. Occurs 1 per skill. So it's also good. You kill someone with your A3 and for example reset your A2. So it's quite nice. So let's proceed to the build right now, and the best way to build him is a Lethal or Savage plus 4-piece Stone Skin. Stone Skin is a must-have because he doesn't have any inbuilt survivability, so they completely can one-shot him. To prevent that, you need to have a Stone Skin on him. If we talk about the ascensions on the gear, it's pretty straightforward. Top row is defense because we are defense-based damage dealer. Lower row, so gloves defense percent or crit damage. Chest defense percent, like a boots speed. And the ring again defense, crit damage on the amulet, and defense on the banner. If you're missing some accuracy, you can try to get it from banner or from the chest ascensions. If we're talking about the stats, so here are them. So you want to have, of course, 100% crit rate, as much as you can get crit damage, good speed, like 250 plus at least. Some accuracy to be useful with your provokes, with your decrease buffs and other stuff. Yeah, and with applying, yeah, with still intermeter. And then you want to maximize your defense and maybe some HP, but HP is not that necessary. So yeah, like crit rate, crit damage, speed, then some accuracy and defense. Or maybe even like prioritize defense over accuracy because you want to do damage first. The debuffs is a good, but it's not like a must-have. If you can apply the debuffs, but you cannot kill the enemy, so he will not be that useful at all. So if we talk about the relic, which you should give him, there are several things. So you can give him like a protection relic, as I did. So with Wand of Submission to protect him from the crowd control. Yeah, you're protected on the second form from the crowd control, but on the first form you are not protected. And if they're faster than you, they can polymorph you and they can break your strategy. Or if you are sure that you will go first, then you can think about damaging relics, like a Malefic Talon, crit damage and HP, or for example, Cat's Gaze, crit damage and attack. So, I mean, you can use, no, attack is not good. So yeah, any like with crit damage will be good. So the simplest one to build on him is like a Malefic Talon. Additional crit damage and some HP, why not? It's about the PvP. If we want to maximize his damage in PvE, then Erratic Cornet is still the best because we apply the debuffs, so decrease defense and provoke, so we can ramp up actually our damage. Don't look on attack, but it has accuracy and ramp ups our damage up to 30%. So for longer duration of the fight, you can use it for sure, and it's the best relic for this purpose. If we're talking about the blessing, so Lightning Cage is the best for the arena, because again, we don't have any survivability in the first form, so we want to protect our stone skin by Lightning Cage. And for the PvE, since we are applying the debuffs, the best blessing for debuffs is Natural Thrust. So it's will ramp our damage a little bit. So Lightning Cage for the PvE, Natural Rage for the PvP. Other way around. Natural Wrath for the PvE and Lightning Cage for the PvP. So if we're talking about the Masteries, then I'm using this type of Masteries. So we want to go for crit rate, crit damage, damage increase, and Helm Smasher for additional ignore defense. And on the support, we go for additional accuracy, like buff and debuff duration, because we apply quite a lot of the buffs and the debuffs also, so we want to extend that. And some additional stats from Lore of Steel and chance of reset cooldown of our skills with Lore of Cycle of Magic. So it's also synergized well with our passive from the second form, which also resets our skills. So in ideal case scenario, maybe we can cycle our skills infinitely. So before we proceed to the arena showcase, let's summarize his pros and cons. So the best pros for me, that he ignores block damage in his second form, and block damage can be really pain to deal with on arena. So with this Naiz, Siegfried, with Odin, with Marichka and all this stuff. So this is the main pros for me. Also, he's protected from the hard crowd control in the second form, which is now the meta, the control. So it's also really good, like a counter meta. And he has a decent damage. So cons, not enough survivability in the first form. So if they manage to steal your like a stone skin, they control you, they can easily kill you, and you will not be able to prevent that. For example, why Naiz or Siegfried are so good. Naiz will change the form if they're trying to kill him. Siegfried will get turn meter and block damage if they try to kill him. That's why they're top tier damage dealers on arena, and Galleus is not. Also, unfortunately, he's not that strong in the PvE in terms of damage. I will show you later on, so stay tuned. Yeah, by the way, guys, if you have the Galleus, what do you think? After the buff, he becomes viable, or he's still not in the good shape, or maybe they need another buff? So share your opinion in the comments. But let's proceed actually to the arena showcase. Let's try to find someone with block damage. I don't know, let's try this one. So who do we want to have in our team? Let's replace the Marios with our Galleus. So we have increased speed, we have increased defense, and we have someone to deal if they're faster than us. This is early in the week, so the guys are not that strong, but let's check few fights, and the next ones will be stronger. So let's increase our defense. Yeah, let's increase turn meter. So now we already have increased defense. We don't need to use this skill. We can just change the form right away. And let's use, for example, this one, A2 first. So it's around 150 across the board. So quite strong smack. Yeah, I don't think that they will be able to take a turn to apply block damage, but let's actually check our A3, how much damage it does. So again, we apply increased defense. The guys are faster than our Galleus. They died because of Calvalax. But anyway, let's change, and let's use the A3. So it's 179. And yeah, the damage even... let's check again. because that was the previous one with decreased defense, which we applied by ourselves. Let's try this team, for example. It also has a block damage on them. So yeah, the ideal case scenario, you like faster than the enemy, and so we actually applied 2-3 buffs on them, so it should be really good damage on a3 on the Uko. Let's check. So how much it will be? 200, yeah, as you can see. So it was 180 without any buffs on them, and like a 230 with the buffs, and we even managed to strip the stone skin from the UDK. Let's yeah, fast forward. Yeah, 19,000. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, now we can we can trigger actually the block damage with our Calvalax because of the Marichka passive. So let's see. And because of that, we will also apply additional. Stop. Let's see how much damage we can do. So they have like a 2 to 3 buffs, and the Marichka was faster, so the block damage was yeah, it was removed by the. Let's okay, let's continue like this. It was removed by the Arbais on auto, so that's so it's 50. Pretty good. Let's kill the Marichka. Now she will revive everyone, and I can go with our A2, and yeah, 240 damage on the Lamasu. So his max pretty good. Let's actually proceed to the Hydra. I will show you the team I was using him in. I don't use it anymore because I've built my Titus team, which I use like on Nightmare difficulty, and my Nightmare team is for a Brutal difficulty right now. And the Brutal team I've just discontinued. So let me check. Let me show you. So where is my teams? This is like my Brutal team. No, this is right now the Brutal. Did I remove it? Yeah, I think I did remove the Brutal team, which I used before. Okay, I have rebuilt my team, which I was used before for the Brutal. So the like I ran it manually, so the like best score was around like a 400 millions for this team. And let me show you the presets. So we don't want to shift the form by Vladimir Kage, the rest is not interesting. Harima, yeah, no preset. Ugo, we want to start with decreased defense. Estrid, no preset. For the Galleus, important preset. So we start with his A3, then we take extra turn, we apply the provoke, and then we mandatory shift the form to like remove the any buffs on the Hydra, because you know Hydra likes to apply reflect damage on her, so we want to remove that reflect damage. And then as soon as possible we want to move our first form to update our provoke on the boss, and the rest is so let's actually try to run this on auto and see how much damage we can pull off from this team. I'm not sure if it will be able to stay for like 1,000 turns on auto, but let's check. So it's a good start. Let's run several times and see the best damage. Good, looks pretty good already. Yeah. Okay, so it did 1,000 turns. So like it didn't fail. No one died, or at least one person survived. So on auto it does like a 300 millions. As I said, like on doing manually, you can do like around 400, maybe 390 millions. And as you can see, the Galleus damage is not that great. So he did the same damage as Inquisitor Shamaer, like around 50 millions. but Harima did almost 3 times that damage, so that's why he will not carry you the Hydra, but he's pretty useful if you need increased defense for the Harima. So yeah, this team is pretty good, and also he's stable. See, just one click and you got like 300 points on the brutal, 300 million points, which is like almost 1 billion clash points. So yeah, it's pretty good. I will not save it because we are skipping this week, and our clan leader will not be happy if I will save this result. So yeah, this was it for the Hydra. Also, apart from that, you can use him, of course, on the any wave content, because he's like have decreased defense, provoke, reduce the buff duration, so like you name it, faction wars, cursed cities, centranos, doom tower. In dungeons, maybe not that great because he's not so good against like bosses, but the rest of the areas with wave content, he's pretty strong on damage and control. So yeah, you can use him out there. So yeah, this was it for today. Thank you guys for watching till the end. See you in our Discord, link in the description, and see you in another video. Sola is out.